What's up, A to Z Sports Titan Game Day Live? It is the halftime show, and the Titans are up 13-0. The defense and Jeffery Simmons absolutely dominating the New York Giants as Daniel Jones running for his life, getting hit all the time. A strip sack for Jeff Simmons, and the Titans on the board of the opening drive, 13 with a touchdown there to Dontrell Hilliard from Ryan Tannehill, but a 13-0 score at the end of the half. Before we dive into this first half reaction, we got to give you guys a love for our sponsors. All of our Titan Game Day show content is presented by the NoDat app. NoDat makes it easy to connect with local businesses and events that matter to you. So download the NoDat app today. Mr. Good Roof, your locally owned roofing, gutters, and windows specialist. Buddy Allen Carpet One, giving Nashville and their people around the Nashville area free in-home measures and estimates. Crumble Cookies, download the Crumble Cookie app and the BetMGM app as well. Zach, welcome in. 13-0. You were proven pretty correct there with a Jeffery Simmons strip sack prediction in the pregame show, but how you feeling right now?
Well, look, you go back to history. I've watched a lot of football in my life. I've watched probably too much of Daniel Jones, and I've watched a lot of Jeffery Simmons. And you just felt that's what Daniel Jones struggles with. And he has struggled from inception, from the first whistle. The Titans have played very sound football. They've left some points out on the board, right? But 13-0, this defense, and that was what I know that. Well, I know that this defensive line is getting after Daniel Jones. It's making his life more difficult. Saquon Barkley, as did Derrick Henry, kind of came on a little bit more in the second half of the second quarter. But overall, I felt that Ryan Tannehill felt comfortable, but that defensive line is getting after Danny Dimes, and the guy looks like, 2 cents. He doesn't look like a full dime. He's not very good. And that is the defense of this Tennessee Titans group that we had high expectations out. My guy, Rashad Weaver, opportunity turning into sacks. You got to love that. I like, 13-0 sounds about right. An inept Giants offense, a sound Titans defense that has kept them off the scoreboard. You got to like, if you're Mike Vrabel, where your team is at. And I feel like Derrick Henry is just going to get going a little bit more as the game goes on in the the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, and so you bring up a lot about the front four of the Titans. No Harold Landry. You are wondering what was this going to look like. 4 sacks in the first half, and Jeffery Simmons, Zach, here's live math for you. Jeffery Simmons is on pace for 68 sacks this season if he keeps up the one sack per quarter pace that he's on right now. And I don't see the Giants stopping him because the Giants are down by 2 touchdowns here, which means they're going to have to continue to throw the football to get back in this game and have a chance to win it. But 4 sacks for the Titans. You got 2 from Jeffery Simmons, 1 from Bud Dupree, which was great to see Bud Dupree finish with a sack. And then Rashad Weaver, you brought him up in the pregame and just then initially had a ruled tackle for loss, but a stat correction there has Rashad Weaver with a sack of his own. So the first official sack of his career in the regular season. So great defense. And overall, I think the Titans defense has been flying around the football field, getting after just about everybody. There's been some big hits as well, but let's talk about the how this season started, right? Because last year it couldn't have started worse. This year it couldn't have started better, in my opinion, because a 3-and-out by the Titans defense on the opening drive for the Giants, and then a beautifully constructed drive. Ryan Tannehill was 3 for 3 for 40 yards passing. He hit 3 different guys. Robert Woods had his first catch. Traylon Burks had his first catch, and then a beautiful throw. Tannehill to Dontrell Hilliard for a touchdown to make it 7-0. You had to feel fantastic after that. Now, the offense has sputtered a little bit ever since that with a couple Randy Bullock field goals. So that was my correct prediction from the pregame, is that Randy Bullock would have a big day here. And so far, he's 2 for 2 to get a 13-0 at the halftime. But Zach, Tannehill, what have you thought of him? 8 of 17, so not great numbers. For 117, he does have that touchdown pass to Hilliard, 0 sacks. And by my count, he has completed passes to 6 different Titans players. Hilliard's got a couple, Swaim's got a couple, and then Burks, NWI, Cody Hollister, and Robert Woods, all with 1. What have you thought about the offense thus far?
Yeah, well, he's sharing the rock, right? I mean, evenly distributing. And I feel like he's comfortable where he was uncomfortable in that Bengals game, right? Couldn't really get some momentum with the players that they had on offense last season. He's settled in. And I honestly, I'll credit the offensive scheme. I did laugh. They opened up the game with your favorite toss play to Derrick Henry, which made me laugh. But after that play, I've liked how they've drawn up. Even you saw Tannehill laugh when he had all the time in the world early in the first on that play, and he delivered a good ball. He scrambled around and got a first down from a third down. That was very impressive. That's the 17 that we know that can make, his athleticism move the sticks. So I felt like he seems pretty comfortable. And Austin, there's two bad penalties that were not called: a face mask and that pass interference on Treylon Burks. That was ridiculous. How can you not see that? Blind mice out there not look. What is that?
Well, you know what? I said I wasn't going to do this because I texted our Titans writing group earlier in the game. And I said, you know what? I actually don't hate the no call and the PI there. Treylon Burks was falling down already. The pass was too late. And then, the contact was there, absolutely. But Treylon Burks has to learn to keep his feet. There's two plays that I thought where the Titans should have gotten penalties from the Giants, but young players not fighting through to get the flag thrown. It was the Burks should have been PI, but you've got to keep your feet if you're an NFL wide receiver. And then he started to stumble before there was contact at all. Like, I don't think anybody can disagree with that.
That
fact.
was pass interference.
Look, it could have been thrown, but if you're an NFL wide receiver, keep your feet, right? And then when Saquon Barkley had a 15-yard run around the right edge, Rashad Weaver got held setting the edge. But Rashad Weaver, in my opinion, didn't give full effort enough to get away from the blocker to show how much he was getting held. If he had his open shoulder there, if you continue to show the separation there and the hold, you get that call. But he didn't do it, and the Giants got 15 yards out of it. So those are two young players needing to learn how to get things to go their way from the referees in the NFL.
Well, and two things to mention from the first half. A little golf clap for Kyle Phillips in the return game. That's a surge of energy that we have not seen in some time from the special teams section. Really liked what Kyle Phillips did there, moving upfield, dodging tacklers. Plus, he ran into Jeffery Simmons at the end of that. Anybody runs into Jeffery Simmons, probably going to get knocked off your feet. I really liked Kyle Phillips in the return game, just like the Titans have liked what he's been able to accomplish. So that was, I think, a key note. And then my $50 ain't looking good because Austin Hooper can't get involved. But Cody Badman Hollister is greater than Josh Flash, no Flash Gordon. What a play by Cody Hollister. You got to give him credit. That was a surprise to see number 8 reeling in a pass and helping this offense.
Yeah, no doubt. Cody Hollister has deserved that catch because he's been around this Titans organization for a few years and has never really gotten an opportunity to shine. He's a hard worker. He does everything right during the week and really hasn't had a huge chance on game day to do something, but he absolutely made a brilliant catch there on the sideline that went down. And so there's a lot of good things we can discuss about this Titans first half so far, but one good sign that you started to see towards the end of that first half is Derrick Henry getting going, right? He's at 12 carries for 56 yards. And guys, we have an opportunity for free donuts tomorrow. How about this? How about this? How about Fox's Donut Den in Green Hills is hooking everybody up with free donuts if Derrick Henry gets 100 yards. So I just want you guys, 12 carries for 56 yards. So just 44 yards away, the Titans have a lead, 13-0. The Titans get the ball to start the second half, right? So let's just say, are we eating donuts tomorrow? Free donuts from Fox's Donut Den in Green Hills. And let me just say this. Every time I go into Fox's Donut Den, Norman Fox, who owns it, he's a great dude. He has given me a fresh donut right out of the fryer, right with the glaze still hot and warm. They make donuts fresh every day. And tomorrow, all day Monday, if Derrick Henry gets 100 yards, you get a free donut when you say Derrick Henry got 100 yards at Fox's Donut Den in Green Hills. So what do you think? Is this going to happen?
Well, look, he started running a little bit. Well, I don't want to say he wasn't running hard before. He got popped when he was a little top heavy when he got popped right when he ran up the middle. I can't remember the exact play, but you saw towards the end of the second quarter, you're starting to see the Derrick Henry that we know and love. Finding those gaps, finding the space, the long stride, even the little stiff arm action, and he's getting chunks of yardage. So I think the Titans have a lead. They usually run Derrick Henry 12 carries, 56 yards, a long of 18. That long of 18 came in the second quarter. I like the trajectory of 22 and what he can do for those free donuts. One free donut is worth 100 yards. I think he's well on pace.
Yeah, so I did see Nika said that Dr. Fox is hilarious. So Dr. Fox there with the Donut Den in Green Hill. So you go check him out. We'll talk about it in the post-game show. If Derrick Henry gets 100 yards, then you guys all get a free donut tomorrow from Fox's Donut Den in Green Hills. All right, second half conversation because the halftime show is almost over. Again, Titans lead 13-0. Zach, is there something you want to see different from the Titans in the second half that we haven't seen other than 24 yards from Austin Hooper? Because that's what I want to see from the Titans in the second half is I need 24 yards from Austin Hooper. But Zach, what do you think?
Well, let's get greedy.
Yeah.
Pre-game show, I said, strip sack, call me Miss Cleo into the abyss. I knew exactly that magic elixir. I could feel it. I could sense it. I got that strip sack. Now I want to see an interception from either Caleb Farley or whether it's McCreary. I'd like to see a play on that. He's playing hard and aggressive, or Christian Fulton. So INT from a CB. That is what I want to see in the third and fourth quarter. Obviously, continue to run the rock and stay who you are. Spread the ball around. Robert Woods and Burks got to get involved. We talked about Hooper. But defensively, I think that the defense can single-handedly win this game. I think this is a defense type of game. The Giants just don't have enough horses besides Saquon Barkley to keep up.
I mean, I could say the Titans have enough points to win the game right now. Like, I don't think the Giants are scoring 2 touchdowns on this defense. I don't think the Giants offense has 2 touchdowns in them today. I really do believe it's been that difficult for the New York Giants offensive line and Daniel Jones. So again, thanks for everybody. We'll be live for our post-game show. Titan Game Day Live is presented by the Nodat app. Go download the Nodat app today and make it easy to connect with your local city. Mr. Goodroof, Buddy Allen Carpet One, Crumble Cookies, and BetMGM, and also 44 more yards for free donuts from Fox's Donut Den. And we'll see you guys for the post-game show presented by Buddy Allen Carpet One, Nashville.com. Enjoy the second half. Thanks as always.